Good afternoon and welcome to Real Talk with Tamara. As you guys come into the room, please do hit the like button. Also, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. I hope that you guys are doing okay on today. I know that I am. I always express the importance of hitting the like button because the like button helps to keep the video in the algorithm. Okay, so like, share, subscribe, comment, all of those great things. Okay. Um, if you would like to support the channel, you could definitely support the channel via Cash App, okay? I wanted to talk about a story that I saw, and um the reason that it was so interesting to me is because I've always especially in the past I did shows on trafficking, especially of girls and women, and how it is more prevalent now, and young girls are being targeted and even forced. And it is a lot worse than it was when I first started showing an interest in it, right? When I first started showing a interest in it, it was a $30 billion business. Okay, that was about 10 years ago. Um, so you can only imagine what it is now, right? And I always said that I felt like young black girls and kids and boys too were targeted because they don't get the coverage in the media when a black woman or child or man goes missing, something happens to them. They're not going to get the coverage in the media. You might get a 10-second spot, and then it goes away, and their family is left to try and pick up the pieces, right? When the trail goes cold, um hey, the police cannot do anything else. Most families that have money, that's why you see a lot of Caucasian children oftentimes, and other, they have a bigger rate of getting found. Number one, because they get the coverage in the media. You'll never see a black person get the coverage that a Natalie Hollowell got. Okay, and she was missing in Aruba. Hers was she was getting coverage on CNN almost every day. Um, but they have money to hire private investigators and things of that nature, to try and see if they can reignite trails and things of that nature. Most times black families don't. But even with them not having that, I don't think that black people and poor others, because you have to understand that black people, uh, white, poor white people, poor any other race kind of fall in the same category with how they treat black people, right? But even they will get more traction than a black person. And I've always been very suspicious of that with the type of intelligence that the United States have. I always knew that they could stop anything that they wanted to. And I see now a lot of people start to run for office and to get into Congress, and they become senators and stuff, and they quietly start changing laws to make it less stringent for pedos and things of that nature, because oftentimes they are that themselves. Okay, they're in this business and they make millions off of it themselves. So they run for office and get into office to be able to enable the people that do this, right? But anyways, this is a female black, and I wanted to share her story. Okay, I wanted to share her story with you all. It's still bad, you guys. I hope it helps someone.
Myself.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on, you guys. Let me see if I can make this bigger. Let me see if I can make this bigger. Okay. Hold on.
Myself. I had to sleep with 14 people that day. for low amounts of money. It ruined me. After the 14th, it was every day of my life sleeping with 14 to 30 men every day, going to different parts of Tennessee, walking the streets, being forced to do them and make that money every 2009 in the summer myself. I had to sleep with 14 people that day for low amounts of money. It ruined me. After the 14th, it was every day of my life sleeping with 14 to 30 men every day, going to different parts of Tennessee, walking the streets, being forced to do them and make that money. Every 2009 in the summertime, I was promoted to work at the truck stop, the TA truck stop. That's when I became a lot lizard. That's what they call them. The goal was to walk around the truck stop in the circle, and whatever truck driver wants to see, they'll flash the lights. I worked there for a year. I was raped at the truck stop several times. I was beat up. I had to recruit women. I don't know if you know the term of choosing up, but my job was to take another woman from their by telling lies about my saying he's a good daddy, you get off days, and they'll choose up. I take their money, I give it to him, and then they'll come to the house, and those are his women now. That's what you call choosing up. And working at the truck stop caused more trauma to me because if you got robbed, don't help you. They'll say, "Get my money or I'll kill you." I had to do a lot of figuring out being at the truck stop. I had a lot of growing up to do. No, and I couldn't tell them man my age. They didn't care, I don't think, anyway, because they knew I was young. I wasn't even fully developed like I am now. Working the truck stop for a year caused me to be more into a point where I'm just shutting down. The drugs have already took over me. I didn't want to live no more. I was up here just hoping someone killed me. I was used. I said nobody gonna want me. Nobody's gonna love nobody like me. I asked. I prayed. I was hoping for an escape, and I thought God abandoned me. So I lost myself. And one on 2009 November. I'm gonna remember this for the rest of my life. His woman, the white woman, his bottom fell in love with a trick at the truck stop. She abandoned me. I was looking for her for an hour. The was calling me. He said, "What y'all at?" She's planning her escape. She has his keys. She has everything. I go to the truck. The truck driver chases me with a knife and they proceed to take off. I'm telling him they about to leave. He said, "If you don't get my keys, I'm fucking broke." So you know what I did? I hopped on. Once he got in the car, there's a little compartment where you can hold on to where they shut the truck. I rode on the back of that hanging off because we was at exit 42. He went up to I think Laverne. The people at Waffle House, two guys followed me and they called the police because I was hanging on. My whole objective was to get the keys. That's it. So once he stopped, they didn't even know I was hanging on the back of the truck. We rode for about a mile and a half. It was cold out and I held on. As soon as it opened up, I punched her in the face. I got the keys. The police was there. It was a whole bunch of going down. I hurried up. The met me there and he congratulated me for getting his keys, the money. He said he didn't even want the. He was like, "I can't believe you rode on a truck." He was like, "So I'm gonna give you an hour off to work." So me risking my life on an 18 wheeler did absolutely nothing, but it made my job more harder. The ending part of me coming to the end, let me go back for a minute. Once that one white woman left and didn't come back, they took me to a underground bunny ranch in Dallas, Texas. Believe it or not, underground bunny ranch. A lot of people are not familiar with that, but it's where a group of girls, about 15 girls, is in there. They line up. Powerful people of power, line up and come sleep with us. Because I was new, I stayed there for 6 months. I made them a lot of money. I paid my house fee. I was the top booked girl because they knew I was underage and they paid more for me. Our rewards was a phone call to our daddies and let them know the progress. That was our reward. And you had to follow rules. You couldn't step on nobody's money or anything. And I graduated, so to say. I was the highly ranked book. I probably made them over $2 million. I didn't see a dime. My job was to just get dressed, wash my body. Everything was. Sometimes the clients will pay to tie me up, and that's when I got concerned to be tied up and hog tied. I never knew if it was gonna be my last time. The final straw was December in 2000 in 2009. I was coming back from being there. I'm back at the truck stop again. And this is where the hellish nightmare became. A client that I've seen before, he said, I want to see you. It was $1,000 on the line. So I was like, wow, $1,000. I'm gonna go ahead and do it. He paid me, and then he had five other people come in the truck, and I got raped and I got beat up. Nobody used protection. They had beat me up so bad they took my body lifeless and tied me to a pole behind one of the trucks, and they took off. It was winter time. A white woman found me and called the police. That was the final straw for me. The problem is the healing aspect. When you've been stuck on for so long, and I didn't see no value in myself. I didn't want to live no more. I didn't want to see the value. I didn't have a value. I was ran through. I felt like the scum of the earth, and I can honestly say that to you. It changes your life, and I think people need to be more understanding about their surroundings and who they allow to be around them. Because you never know, this the darkest day of myself. I had to sleep with four.
Wow. I think that's so sad. She was underaged, and she got into that. And just looking at the other part of it that I did not play, she said that she was basically tricked into it. She was 14 years old. And so before some sick freak say, well, she was 14 years old, she knew better. I'm always able to profile a pedo and a freak, okay, and a violator, because they have excuses for violating as people, especially young people. And this stuff is still going on to this day. Now, she said they took her to an underground place in Dallas, Texas, and after she graduated, she made them $2 million. You can't tell me that the American government, that the feds don't know about this. You know what I mean? That's why I say we have to be extremely careful about the people that we choose to elect. People want to be wooed so bad, you know. They don't like somebody like me who's gonna give it to them straight, right? My delivery is not what they want, but all the time I'm gonna do whatever I can to make sure that their quality of life is good if I can, right? They want somebody that's gonna hug them and kiss them and brush their ego and give them a crutch and excuses to continuously do wrong, right? And that's what they like. And then screw them royally and keep them in the same place, which is in the hole, right? They can never move forward or get ahead. And so this is happening to our young people, even now to the boys, every single day. And so what we need to ask, because she said that this bunny ranch is in Dallas, Texas, underground. We need to be asking, what is the Dallas government doing? I do know that when they kidnap children, I'm talking about like babies, the underground hub that they took them to, and put needles in their arms and stuff and get them addicted. And then before they put them out on the street, it was Utah 10 years ago. And it probably still is. Okay. Now she said that when she said Laverne, that's like around Nashville. Let me see. Because she said Tennessee. I think it's around Nashville. Um, yeah, it's up there in Nashville. It's right on the It is Nashville. It's just on the outskirts, just like Bartlett and Germantown is to Memphis. So this stuff is, I told you all that this was going on. There was a situation that happened maybe a year or so ago where they used a older, and she said they used her to trick other women, younger women. And this girl started trusting this older young lady, and she was underage, and she was from out of Nashville, and they came to the Walmart in the Whitehaven area close to my mother's house. And once the girl realized what they were going to have her do, she asked them if she could go into the restroom. And she went into the restroom. She still had her cell phone and said, I'm scared. Hey, I was trusting another young lady. But I realize now they're getting ready to put me into prosty, prostitution. And she called the police, and the police surrounded the Whitehaven Walmart on Elvis Presley and went in there and got that child. She was 15 or 16 years old, but she was trusting the older young lady. And at some point, she realized, I don't know what they said to her. They brought her to Memphis to whore her out. And she went, the first chance she got, she went into the restroom at the Walmart and called the police, and they surrounded them, and they mother effing A's all went to jail. And the I think the older girl was like in her late 20s or something like that. It was like three other men. They were in their late 20s, early 30s, and she didn't know. She thought she was just being grown, get ready to have some fun, trusting the older girl, and they actually had plans on doing her dirty. But I'm glad that she did that. They're probably out now because the laws are not made to keep them in jail too long, because a lot of the politicians are involved in these endeavors. I'm telling you, I ain't telling you what I heard. I'm telling you what I know. Instead of trying to worry about, other people's lives, start paying attention to how they quietly change those laws and start getting these damn politicians out of office. Start using your power to do that. Okay. Start using your power to do that. But anyways, I can get deeper into that, but I starts to get mad, okay? But I found that story interesting. I want you guys to please like, share, and subscribe if you would like to support the channel. You could definitely support the channel via Cash App.